John Lusk here of Lusk Archery Adventures. Series testing, successful hunting. I've got a really cool broadhead to test today. It's brand new. It's come out by a brand new company made right here in the USA, really small company called EL&B Outdoors. And this is called the Wedgehead, okay? Really innovative, unique broadhead. So I'm gonna go through some of the design features and specifications, and then I'm gonna put it to the test. And for that, I'm using all of my test regimen for 2022. And you can read a description about each of the tests that I do and see how this broadhead scored in each of those tests in the description right below this video. And for my testing, I'm using my Bowtech CP28, set at 72 pounds. And I'm using Bishop FOC King arrows for most of the shots. But then I'm using the Bishop FAD eliminators for the really hard impact shots, because honestly, they can handle it, okay? So let's zoom on in here and check out this Wedgehead and then see how it performs. Here's a good look at the Wedgehead, and man, this is a really cool looking broadhead. It's simple in some ways, but then has some unique characteristics in other ways. First of all, the materials. It's a solid piece of Invest casted 4140 tool steel, so a really high quality steel, and it's brought to a Rockwell hardness of 48. And they chose 48 because they find it to be a good balance between being hard enough to hold its edge and stay together well as soft enough to be able to resharpen without too much difficulty. The cutting diameter this way is 1 1/4 inches, so a nice wide cut that way. And then it has these micro wedges, they call it, and that's 1/2 inch this way. Now those are not sharpened, okay? They're just like a wedge designed to split bone, designed to widen the wound channel. And everything about this head is designed to give it a really nice wound channel, to have it create a nice wound channel. They use the thickness here at the base of the blades, of both blades, is 1/8 of an inch. Man, that's really thick, okay? 1/8 of an inch, that's like 3 times the thickness of some other broadheads. And so what that does is it's going to make such a thick, wide cut that it's going to be really difficult to close up. So you got a good cutting diameter that way. You got these wedges this way to widen that overall cut. And then you've got really thick blades. So it's all about creating a really lethal, good, solid, hard to close wound channel. You also notice that it's got a really short overall profile. I like that in broadheads. That's going to aid in flight, because it minimizes the surface area as well as aid in penetration, having it be extra short like that. Now, one thing that's unique about this head is its weight. It's 120 grains, so it's not the traditional 100 or 125. And the reason they did that is they designed the broadhead first, and they designed it to do what they wanted it to do, and it cကျame out at 120 grains, and they go, okay, we're just going to keep it like that because it was the design that they wanted. And you know, some people get really freaked out if a broadhead is a few grains off. Man, listen, a few grains is nothing in flight. I mean, you could have a few drops of water on your broadhead or your arrow shaft, and it's going to increase the grains pretty significantly. So I really don't worry about fluctuations like that. I'd shoot this, and I'm sure it would group with my my regular 125 grains, probably out to 100 yards. Might even be better at super long range because it's a little bit lighter, but I'm sure it's going to fly really well regardless of whether it's 120 or 125 grains. So really eager to put this head to the test and see how it performs. $200. It penetrated 6 3/4 inches. 225. It penetrated through 56 layers. It's in perfect shape after 3 shots through the MDF. and it's still in perfect condition after 2 shots through the steel plate. And then look at these holes in the steel plate. Man, those are really impressive because the hole is not only widened due to those little micro wedges that function like bleeders, but man, it's really thick. Like you can see the thickness of the blades, and you can just see how difficult that wound channel would be to close up. So here's the head after going through the MDF 3 times, the steel plate 2 times, and then into the concrete. And man, it held together really well, okay? I'm super impressed. I think it even hit the concrete at a little bit of an angle, which is really difficult on the durability, but it spins great, except for some concrete being fused to it like that. But the edge held together well, the tip held together well, little bit of edge chatter there. You can see it penetrated in the blade all the way back to here, which is a really nice penetration too. And it's good to see the blades hold up to that kind of a hard impact. Really impressive durability. So what'd you think of the Wedgehead? Man, I was really impressed, okay? As soon as I took it out of the package, I thought, ooh, this is unique, this is different. But then seeing how well it flew and how well it held up to the really hard durability tests and relatively good penetration given the thickness of the blades and good edge retention. I mean, man, and those holes, wow, the holes in the steel plate were just really impressive. They are definitely onto something here. So check out the score sheet and see how it performed in the areas that matter to you the most and see if this might be a good fit for you. And stay tuned for the cumulative score of the Wedgehead as well as the corresponding Lust grade. But man, I say well done, EL&B Outdoors. You did a great job. I look forward to seeing more stuff you come out with in the future.